Many thanks, Mr. Chairman. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, investors, fellow Afghans, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to all of you. I'd like to begin my speech by thanking CWI Summits for hosting this event. This is an important event for us, while we Afghans are famous for our resistance to foreign interference. The reality is that we need the assistance of outsiders, and outsiders such as yourselves, particularly the investors. For this reason, I'd like to start by showing you of the warm welcome you will receive should you do a business in Afghanistan. This is not to say that it is the easiest place in the world to do business. While we have worked hard to make it business-friendly, and I think you will be pleasantly surprised by how far we have gone. It would be foolish to deny that despite our efforts, problems still remain. However, that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here today to put a case for investment in Afghanistan. I still believe that even when we take into account the high level of risk, the return on investment there is greater than anywhere around the world. We have worked hard over the last 11 years to create an enabling environment for businesses. There are three aspects to this. First one is creating the appropriate legal framework, ensuring protection of foreign investors, licensing, tax and tariff arrangements are effective, ensuring that our infrastructure is adequate, and creating a skilled and responsive workforce. Our commitment to private sector-led growth starts with our constitution, which enshrines the sanctity of property and the role of the private sector in the economy. Last year, we have amended our investment law to make it even more friendly to investors. It allows 100% foreign ownership, easy repatriation of profits, treats foreign investors identically to domestic ones, and gives generous tax breaks. Our company law gives shareholders comparable rights to those in the US. Our central bank law establishes the independence of the central bank and the autonomy of the monetary policy. The new banking law regulates the operations of the banking system in accordance with the principles of the market economy. We have adopted a very liberal foreign exchange system which allows people to legally bring money into the country and easily take it out again. We have allowed banks to open foreign exchange accounts. We are also streamlining export and import processes and have recently removed taxes on almost all exports. We have signed a transit agreement with Pakistan, giving us access to the giant Indian market, and we're also about to sign some other agreements with our neighboring countries as well. Our tariffs are the lowest in the region, and our tariff categories are simple and few in number. We have adopted a financial management law that emphasizes fiscal discipline and management of public finances in line with international best practice. Our efforts to obtain 100% write-off of old debt, combined with our policy of maintaining a balanced budget, mean that Afghanistan is now one of the least indebted governments in the world. Similarly, thanks to prudent monetary policy, inflation has been low, leading to a mild appreciation of our currency. And I hope you would agree with me that our tax arrangements, which emphasize simplicity and low taxation, are attractive. In the past year, the Ministry of Commerce has reviewed and updated the legal framework for businesses in Afghanistan. Our competent legal director, Mr. Pasun Sadozai, is here should you have any questions regarding the legal framework of Afghanistan, and as well as the commercial laws. Improvements have been made to the law on corporations and law on arbitration. A bankruptcy law is being drafted and regulations have been developed in a range of areas of laws. The new mining law, 2010, makes it even easier to invest in mining. It streamlines bidding processes and reduces royalties. In other words, we have created a highly pro-business investment regime. In some areas, as measured by the World Bank's Doing Business indicator, we score very highly. Thus, we still rank 23rd out of 183 countries for establishing a business. In other areas, work remains to be done. And 2 years ago, we held a conference to prioritize further activity in this area aimed at improving Afghanistan's ranking. Of course, it is not enough to create a benign legal and regulatory environment. Action is still required to address weaknesses in other areas. In particular, there is a need to ensure that infrastructure is adequate and necessary skills and services are readily available. Since 2001, we have built the basic infrastructure necessary to support a modern economy in terms of roads, electricity, water and rail. As His Excellency Minister Arsala mentioned it, the ring road around Afghanistan has been open for a number of years. Now, improvements have been made to the critical highways that connect us to our neighbors. New generation capacity will be opening this year in a number of areas, and improved transmission lines have enabled increased imports of electricity from neighboring countries. A new rail link connecting Afghanistan to Uzbekistan's rail network and to the region, as well as to Europe and Asia, should be completed very soon. We're intensifying our efforts at building industrial parks. 6 are now operational in Kabul, Kandahar, Herat, Helmand, Bagrami, and Mazar-e-Sharif. A further 7 will be open in Jalalabad, Kandahar, Herat, Helmand, Parwan, and Mazar-e-Sharif in the next year or so. While in some areas shortages of skilled labor remain, supply has increased in recent years as expatriate Afghans with higher education and expertise have returned and foreigners have become more interested in working in Afghanistan. Enrollments in vocational education at universities have increased dramatically. A number of firms offering a variety of business support have opened up, including multinational providers in the areas of accounting, insurance, and business development. The microeconomic results of our efforts have been good. In the past few years, we have had relatively low inflation, leading to a mild appreciation of our currency. Even more impressive is the fact that with almost Chinese levels of average annual growth of over 10% in the past 11 years, the domestic product of the country has tripled. Our exports are increasing by an average of 30%, admittedly from a low base. And sectorally, our move towards a market economy has created a vibrant, privately owned, brand new telecommunication, aviation. One of the aviation airlines will be opened in about 2 months' time, as mentioned earlier this morning. Banking, printing, and media sectors. Of course, our efforts to build a functioning market economy are not complete, nor are the results are happy ones in all regards. We still have to work in order to create a more effective court system with the capacity to rapidly enforce contracts, improve our infrastructure, and increase access to the finance and industrial land. In spite of record growth over the past 10 years, the reality is that, like many transition economies, we are struggling to keep up with the rapid growth in our population and the level of unemployment in Afghanistan, which continues to hover around 40%. Even though we have seen significant growth in unemployment opportunities in the services, especially transport and construction sectors, the expansion of industrial employment has not been impressive. The government in general and the Ministry of Commerce and Industries in particular have been cognizant of this reality. Thus, industrialization, especially in the SME sector, is of particular interest to us. We have completed our strategy for small and medium-sized enterprises, whereby we hope to generate almost 1 million new industrial jobs. But this will happen over the next 6 years. As you know, in a globally integrated economy, each nation has to identify niches in the market where they exhibit strong competitiveness. Our analysis has shown that at this juncture, investment in the marble, carpet, fruit processing, agri-processing, gemstones and jewelry, and medicinal plant sectors will lead to the production of goods which are competitive in the world markets. With a high probability of success as well. Ladies and gentlemen, these opportunities are real and are being acted on now. Currently, 9 white cities are being created in Turkmenistan using Afghanistan's white marble. Perhaps the only source of high-quality marble in the region, and a new $90 million processing lineup for both slabs and tiles have opened in Herat to service thus in other markets. We recently raised our estimates of the likely increase in the production of marble over the next 6 years from $1 billion to $3 billion. Equally, significantly, 3 years ago, there were no cut and wash facilities in Afghanistan. All Afghan carpets and the bulk of their value were shipped off to Pakistan. Now there are 6 cut and wash facilities and another 3 to be opened up in Afghanistan, which we are providing, will be providing services. Obviously, that leaves 3/4 of a growing market on service. I'm not an entrepreneur, but that looks like a massive opportunity to me. The government intends to facilitate national and foreign investment in these sectors. We are looking to increase the rate of industrialization by working with key sectors to help them move up the value chain. Assistance provided by us and our key development partners includes feasibility studies, assistance with business plans, access to credit, matching capital grants, technology transfer, and assistance with marketing and branding and export planning. To give you an example of the type of project we are talking about is the USAID funded ASMET program, which covers 25% of the cost of establishing a steel foundry. We hope that through the development of these industries, we will be able to generate between 1 to 2 million new jobs. I'm certain that the realization of this vision will strengthen the capacity of the market economy and significantly reduce poverty among our people. My friends, in spite of our efforts and success, I'm aware that we have a long way to go to create a truly enabling, great environment for businesses in Afghanistan. I know that an efficient and effective court system is a must for ensuring the integrity of commercial transactions. I realize that the prevailing security situation is hurting our businesses. I'm also aware that inadequate power is a serious constraint on our industrial development. I find it very painful when our business community complains about the illegal payments that they have to make when they transfer their goods. I realize that most businesses do not have access to normal credit facilities. I know that clear title for land is hard to obtain. I know that skilled labor and professionals are more easily available in neighboring countries than in Afghanistan. And I know that there are other obstacles that I have not mentioned to doing business in Afghanistan. But this gloomy picture needs to be balanced with a look at the brighter side of doing business in Afghanistan. Afghanistan is still a land of opportunity for entrepreneurs. As I said, I still believe that even when we take into account the high level of risk, the return on investment is greater than anywhere around the world. I'm confident that few countries can match the range of investment opportunities available in Afghanistan today. From gems to aviation, from marble to manufacturing, fans and electric washing machines, from saffron to steel, from Kashmir to carpets, Afghanistan is open for business. As we make progress on building our infrastructure and as the SME sectors expand and large-scale mining and hydrocarbon extraction projects come on stream, the prospects will be brighter. My friends, the government of Afghanistan is committed to creating a world-class, enabling environment for businesses in Afghanistan. I, as the official of the Ministry of Commerce and Industries, pledge to you that we will work hard to create a better environment for businesses. We will redouble our efforts to provide better and more reliable electricity, improve access to land, and operate better industrial parks. We will further streamline and speed up export processes, improve the transportation network, reduce corruption, and speed up government processes. I therefore invite you to invest in Afghanistan, produce goods that you can sell at competitive prices in Afghanistan and abroad, employ Afghans, make profit, help build a market economy, help our country grow and contribute to the creation of a stable, prosperous, and democratic Afghanistan. This is what we all aim at, and I believe it is achievable. I thank you for your